Your name's Jeff?
Yeah.
My name's Dustin. Nice to meet you, sir.
Cowboy Jeff.
Cowboy Jeff?
I've been up here for Wickenburg, Arizona since 2010.
Today, we hit the streets of Vegas looking for Cowboy Jeff, a man with a story I wanted to share. He was nowhere. Parks, alleys, shelters. He was gone. We asked around, eventually ran into another man, another homeless soul on the streets who offered to help. His story took over, and today we're heading to the mountains for steaks and stories with breathtaking views. And with Ron.
During the Exxon Valdez oil spill, I got to spend 600 hours flying around in a helicopter.
Wow.
I landed on tops of islands and on the tops of glaciers. Okay. I was at the peak of my stuff. I was a telecom guy, you know. And I was like, I wasn't the boss, but I was a lot of times the shift boss, you know. And man.
And what were you doing in these helicopters again?
Flying around and putting radio communications from one island to the next, because Prince William Sound is where the Exxon Valdez went aground.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all these little islands and stuff. The oil just got everywhere. You know, there was so much oil that one of the, what boat was it? Somebody had I think it was just a party boat we were told like 15 people that he'd take out. And it went, and somebody flushed the toilet, and it pulled up, in the macerator, it pulled up oil. And that's from 3 feet down.
Wow. So
it was laying at least 3 feet thick on the top of the water, the oil. But Exxon Valdez is a big boat, you know. But people made a lot of money in that. Last year, I made almost $300,000 myself because I was a contractor and I hired a couple guys, bought a couple old trucks, and then they were sending everything back to Houston. And we had to go around, pick it all up and ship it and stuff. Well, they came at me. Was my girlfriend 19 or 20? I don't know. I was like 22 or something. And she stole a 6-pack of beer from her mom, and we're drinking it. And on that, I ended up with a felony DUI, a felony contributing to delinquency of a minor, and a felony assaulting an officer, none of which happened. And, you know, I went to court, and then they I went to my hearing, and then they set a court date. And, you know, I went and did the same thing with that girl. I got caught up again. The very same thing. Just a couple of beers, you know?
Jeez.
Yeah. And I think the second time I actually bought the beer. First time she stole the beer from her mom, you know? I ended up with 6 felonies on that stuff. And none of it was even hardly worth being a misdemeanor.
And that stays on your record forever.
Yeah. My dad said, yeah, Ron, you can't outrun that. I said, well, I'm going to try. And I got pulled over again when I went to go see my mom. I just said, that's that, man. I am never going back. You know? Yeah. They do not forget, man. You'd rather screw around with the mafia than with the Mormons, I promise you. I turned 67 in June. Get my retirement coming up in next June. And it won't be a whole lot of money, but it'll be more than I have been getting.
Will it be able to get you a place?
Oh, I don't want to get a place. I'm going to travel in my van. I'm going to buy an old van.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get a rowboat to tow behind it, and I can put all my refrigerator and my stoves and the tents and all the sleeping bags and everything go in the rowboat, right?
Hell yeah.
And the van could just be for me and whoever's traveling with me.
Ron, you want a scorpion lollipop?
What's that?
You want a scorpion lollipop, or you want to eat some crickets?
No, not crickets. get a pouch of, you got a pouch of tobacco? I said Inmarsat. It's not Inmarsat, but it's kind of like it. It's a big radome up there, and it has a dish in it like this. They call it bird bath. Point up. Yeah, Inmarsats are on boats, but International Marine Sampling. There's a flashlight I found.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it was in the backpack. What was I gonna do with this? I was gonna do a thing with it. I can't remember. That don't matter. I'm gonna. It's okay. I'm gonna take this old food here and throw it like off the edge over there.
Mm-hmm.
No. There's garbage cans.
And then we can.
Oh, I don't know if we want the food in the garbage can.
We can burn it.
Burn the food?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll put the plastic in the garbage can.
Ron, you want me to cut that?
Oh my God.
You want me to do that?
Sure. Need to duck the water out. The water's going away anyway. I want to have that so I can have some ice with my soda.
Oh, here. Okay, I didn't know what you were doing. I got cups.
Oh, you got cups?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Can I put a lava on your shirt, Ron?
Me? Yes.
I can hear you talk no matter where you go.
All right.
How about on the collar right here? That
Where do
good?
you like it? Where work?
Feel comfortable with that?
Yep, I'm fine. Yeah, so you want to do a check on it? Make sure it's loud enough?
Sure you
Tell me how
done
you
this
feeling
one?
today, Ron?
I am feeling good, buddy. All right.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful day, man.
Oh yeah, wonderful day.
Absolutely beautiful.
81 degrees on Mount Charleston. We escaped that Vegas heat where it was, 104 today? Now we're up on the mountains. We're on Hilltop Campsite.
Ah, yeah.
We got a hell of a view over here.
Wow.
Have you checked out the view?
Kind of. I'm just having a photo.
Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it. When you get a chance, man, take a look. Beautiful out. We're gonna cook up some ribeyes.
I'm putting this wood over here by this other wood.
I can give this. I lost my patience with this. So can I put?
My heart is sentimental. It's not made of wood. I got it bad, and that ain't good. That's Dizzy Gillespie.
Stogie.
Yes. I haven't had one for a minute. And I'm going to get me one, and then I usually only smoke a half of one at a time anyway.
I got a hornet flying up my ass.
Yeah, dude, these fucking things are relentless.
A good time in like 5 different ways, you know? I mean, we're smoking, we're drinking, we're up here in the mountains, we're eating, you know? It's hard to get better than that.
Amen, dude.
I mean, I'm sure I've had other days that were as good, but I can't recall them right now.
I appreciate you being open to doing it, Ron.
Oh, man. I tell you what, man. That's why I asked. You guys looked like you were going to take off. I was like, hey, can I go?
Yeah, Cowboy Jeff's lost, huh?
Well, you know, we tried to get him, and that's why I said, hey, you know, I didn't want to think, oh, watch these guys drive away, and then later on we'll be going, man, I should have said something to them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be kicking myself in the ass, and I've done that before too, you know? Where you have to go, man, Ron, come on, why don't you say something? Why don't you ask the question, or you know, do the thing you needed to do to get what you wanted? Because sometimes, you know, you just don't do that. But I did this time. I'm so happy I did. There we go. This is going to be the way you see this joint, man. I'm a good roller. You know, my dad used to always fall asleep on the floor. And you know, he didn't like being on the bed either. My dad was 6'11".
Holy hell.
My dad was 5 inches taller than me. Had a head like this, and fingers like that. 19-inch biceps.
Oh, wow. Big dude.
Big man,
Holy
yeah.
hell.
Oh! He weighed 320 pounds at his most fit. You know, when he was like 35. And none of it was fat, you know.
The nice man? Like, did you have a good relationship
Oh,
with
yeah,
him?
yeah. I was the oldest, you know, and so my dad started taking me to work with him. I was so spoiled. My dad started taking me to work with him when I was like 5 years old, because my mom had my sister 13 months after she had me, and then my next brother like 3.5 years, so she had 2 kids at home and another on the way. And so my dad would take me to work with him. And, you know, chocolate milk reminds me of my dad, because the first thing he'd do every morning was he'd stop the milk truck driver wherever he saw one and buy a quart of chocolate milk, and he'd hand it to me, and I could drink as much as I wanted.
That's why you're so tall.
And then I gave it back to him, and he had the rest. And, he used to wake me up at 3 o'clock and take me fishing.
So it sounds like you guys had a good relationship.
Oh, and I had 4 uncles, you know, on my dad's side, and more, you know, more on my mom's side, but my mom's family was more spread out and stuff.
All right, we got some good looking ribeyes here. We got some shiitake and oyster mushroom with onion. We've got some pork lard and grass-fed butter. And that's what we're cooking. Let's cook Ron's steak first. Get that center one nice and fat. It'll smell good.
Yeah, it was already sitting down there on the ground. Might as well just drag it over. Oh man.
We got some shiitake and oyster mushrooms
Oh my goodness.
with a medium fire grilled ribeye.
Oh,
That's all for you, sir.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I like that sweet fat. That comes from around the kidneys. The closer you get to the kidney, the sweeter the meat. Right down in here. That's where the sweetest meat is. We could get some 1x12s and a piece of plywood, and we could make kayaks if we wanted to. Light enough that you could carry your own fucking 16-foot canvas and rib kayak. I know how to do that.
I'm sure, being from Alaska.
I did that before I went to. I never had it up in Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I had it in Utah, and I used
Utah.
to put 2 dozen duck decoys in that damn thing. And I'd go out on the beginning of hunting season, man. All them ducks would be coming down on my kayak like this. Put a little bit of bulrushes on, you know, cattails and stuff. Yeah. And I had a dog that my dad got me when it was only about 2 months, maybe only 6 weeks old. Just weaned. And it was a Brittany Spaniel, kind of orange and white. Brittany Spaniel, a little stud, right? I took a ball and I rolled it, and the dog's all of this big. You know what I'm saying? He goes over, picks up the tennis ball, brings it back to me. Right? First time I ever did that with him. He never ever once failed to bring back a thing to me that he could bring back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What'd you name that little guy?
His name was Joe Cool.
Yeah, nice.
And, you know, people didn't want to believe me that he was the best hunting dog over their hunting dog. But he was. Joe Cool, man, knew what it was about. I'm telling you. After that,
I went out. The limit on pheasants is 2. I usually don't poach. I probably shouldn't record this part. Anyway, just let me say, my dog and I got a fuck a lot of pheasants. Yeah. I just want to let Joe see what Joe could do in a day. See, and on your first day of pheasant hunting season, all the birds are walking around picking corn. Nobody's been hunting them. You know, nobody's been bothering them, right? They're standing by the canals. They're standing on the ditch banks. They're standing by the road where the fence is and the weeds are growing. They're standing in the cornfield, or they're standing in the cut grain, or the cut corn, you know. Stand wherever they want to fucking stand, out in the sagebrush even. You know, on the railroad grade, their pheasants are there, right? And they ain't worried about a damn thing. Then comes the morning of the hunt, right? At 8 o'clock, the hunt starts. At about 2 minutes to 8, you hear boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then by the time it's 1 minute to 8, it's boom. You know what I mean? People are marching up. And all these pheasants, man, they're like running and they're jumping in the air. Because they can jump like 6 feet high before they ever flap their wings, right? And they can run like bastards, man. They can't fly that far. They can only fly like a couple hundred yards, and then they have to land or go up in a tree, right? But they can run like fucking quail. And only they're big. They can outrun, yeah.
You know, I've never eaten.
Oh, Joe would chase him down, though. If I managed to wing one and he come down on the ground and I didn't get him very good, that pheasant would want to run. If I didn't have Joe Cool, I would never get that pheasant. Joe Cool, go get that fucking pheasant.
Good boy.
Yeah. I'd said it one time, the marshes in the Great Salt Lake are where a couple rivers come in. You got Bear River and a couple other little rivers that go in. And so they have freshwater marshes and estuaries. And so you got carp in there and you got moss and plants and stuff. It's not like the salt flats, right? Like the Great Salt Lake with nothing in it, right? But they're kind of smaller areas, but they're big, but you know, they might be as big as this valley even. But that's a small part of the lake, you know, and it's a big part of the flyway, though. It gets 500,000 ducks in there every year. You can hunt swans in Utah. On the shores of the Great Salt Lake, you can hunt swans. It's like the only place you can hunt swans, except for maybe in Texas, I think, or where. I used to see them up in Alaska. I mean, I think you might be able to hunt them up in Alaska. We'd see them way up on the tundra in the middle of summer when we were riding the horses. You know, sheep hunting starts on July the 10th, no, August the 10th. August the 10th. Yeah. You got to be up there, man. You got to have the shit for your hunter. You know what I mean? You got to have a horse for your hunter. You got to have the food. You got to have a way to cook the food. You got to have a camp that's set up that has all your stuff in it that the bears can't get to, or the wolves. So we have drums, steel drums that you can lock. You know, the bear can roll them around. You can do anything you want, but he can't get at your food. And we also, in some of the smaller camps, have little caches that we build up in the tree. And yeah, you can see all the graylings up there just sitting in the pool. You know, you see the picture of the grayling with the great big fins? Yeah, tons of them up there.
You spent a lot of time out in the wilderness, huh?
Yeah. You know how you see pictures of a fish jumping and catching a fly? Mm-hmm. That really happens. Mm-hmm. I had that happen to me up in Alaska. I was trying to catch these little graylings about this big with a big fin on them. It's clear, shallow lake. It was all rocky. You know, I have this little gold salmon egg hook, you know. I put them in there. These graylings aren't very big, you know, and they just ignored it. They come around and I tried something else. You know, I tried some cheese or something. No. You know, and then I'm standing there. I take it out of the water, right? Whatever I got on there, I take it out of the water. Now it's swinging around like it's an insect, right? Standing there, I was like, jumps right out of the fucking water, and then gets the hook right on him. Hooked himself. Now I got the grayling. And I thought, well, that's so fucking cool. Let me try that again. Yeah. I've been in places where you can see the 5 and the 10 pound steelhead and lake trout. Okay? Trout like this. Like 10 pounders. And you could not catch them because the 5 pounders would get to your bait sooner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And once you kill a couple 5 pounders, you didn't want to be killing any more fish because it's not how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm looking for mine that I had.
A little medication.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's the right day to come up.
Yeah. Definitely an up day today.
Hole in one.
That wasn't
Ron.
bad. That was not a bad hit. Here we go. I got it over the thing. There we go. Not bad.
Nailed it.
I nailed it, didn't I? When I was in high school, my senior year, I got to take off a half a day on Friday and go to Park City for my PE class. Go skiing for half a day.
Oh,
Yeah, come back on the bus about 7 o'clock when it was getting dark at night. Yeah, pretty sweet deal.
yeah.
No PE the rest of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no. Friday, we're going skiing.
Nice.
Yeah. I was also in the Latin club. There's only 6 of us in there. I was in there because this fucking really hot girl I was crazy about. And she never really cared about me, but she had a boyfriend that was in college, you know what I'm saying? She ain't
One of
look at-
those.
she ain't looking at a guy her old age. Yeah, I met him too. Turned out, yeah, he was a decent guy, you know. What are you going to do? Here's a scenario. You're on a picnic like this, okay? You're up in Alaska in a field, right? And a little bird comes by. It's up like this and it starts hopping around like it's injured, right? Okay? Yeah, boop, 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 like this, boop, 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 like this. And you look at it and you go, huh? You know? And then you go and then it kind of flies away. And then it comes back. And boop, like this again. Starts hopping around like this, right? You go and you look at it. And then he's going like that. And you look over there. And there's a bear, right? Or a wolf, you know? And now, is that bird trying to warn you about the wolf? You think that's what's happening? No, the bird is trying to say, hey, wolf, look at dude here. Right? Yeah. You got some pot. And see, they had just busted my place out up in Alaska where I was growing pot, right? But I got away with it because the neighborhood kid came cruising down on his 3-wheeler saying, hey, they're unloading 4-wheelers and stuff at the end of the road. Looks like there's DEA and cops and stuff. So you might want to think about all the shit you got going on, right? And I said, well, help me out, kid, right? And for like 3 hours it took him to find my place, even though it was only like 1.5 miles away, right? It was only like from here around the back side of that mountain and a little ways further, right? To here to that mountain, maybe. No, not quite that far, but it was a ways. And after about 3 hours, here they finally catch up with us. They come in. It's like 20 degrees outside. The kid and I are just sweating from all the fucking work we've been doing. We've been throwing plants in the wood stove. We've been throwing plants in the fucking river, right? I'm taking all the best plants, and I'm taking them out in the woods, and I already had a prearranged thing to where I could, a bungee, prearranged. All I have to do is let them up. Right, because I'd had my shit disappear before. And if you just have a way to do that, sometimes you hear people come with guns to take your shit.
Well, you just lift it up in a tree?
Yeah, with the bungee. But not that high. Yeah, now I also have a rope on. You know, I hang it down, then you put it on, and then you have a little rope, and you let it go up. Yeah. And then so the cops come down, and they're sitting down there, and they're going in, and it's like obvious that, look, there's all this carpet in the bottom. It all has big round holes in it where the 5-gallon buckets were. That's where I was reverting the upstairs, where I had 6 tables of marijuana growing in a 16 by 20 foot room upstairs with a pickle barrel, a half a sheet of plywood, and a kiddie pool. Filled the pickle barrel with 6.4 alkant, whatever it is, you know, when we have the pH, 6.4 pH. That's for plants. And so what you've done is you've had your babies that you put into a little bit bigger, like a 4-inch sack is good, even like a sandwich bag is okay. But you have to like take a bullet and you have to put them on a round piece of wood or something, and you have to hit it with the hammer and you have to put a lot of holes in it so the roots can all come out. Because you're going to leave them in the sunlight for like 20 hours a day in the light. And now they're going to be growing roots and growing roots and growing roots and storing all the stuff, and the roots are going to be all everywhere, and they're going to be white and hairy, and they're going to like that, right? And if you got good stuff, you're growing it in pea gravel or in a perlite, right? Stuff like that. And I like pea gravel. And then you have in the pickle barrel, you have a aquarium pump, okay? And you make your water up so it's got like 115,000 parts per million nitrogen, and then the other parts of the fertilizers. You make sure the pH is 6.4, and you pump it up. And every one of these tables has got its own light. So you got a pickle barrel, you got a 4-foot piece of plywood, you got a 5-foot kiddie table, you got wiffle board in it, you got all your plants in there like this high. 10 weeks later, okay, they got all the roots in them and stuff. 10 weeks later, this part here, where it was a little plant, is a stem that thick, right there. And the rest of it just comes on up until you got a bud. Say this high, okay? 3 feet high. They grow about 3 feet high in 10 weeks. A bud like that, dude. Serious. A bud like that. And the people that help you you get like 6 of your neighbors up, and you buy all sorts of snacks and soda and beer, whatever they want. Make sure you have lots and lots of scissors, right? You put out the fucking tarp, and you dump it all there. Now, before you even get to that part, okay, you've dried it underneath the lamp for like 24 hours, okay? Now get this part. It doesn't ever touch plastic yet, okay? It can touch cardboard or it can touch brown paper, okay? So we haven't touched it with cardboard at all yet. I mean, with plastic at all. And so you're taking all the plants and you're putting them in, say, grocery bags. And now you're going to, or something, and then you can put them underneath the light for like 24 hours and dry them out that way, right? Then you put them in the bag and you put them in the freezer, like at 10 below zero. And that freeze dries them. It dries the oil in, and it makes the water sublimate. It doesn't evaporate, it sublimates. True, science stuff right here, okay? Yeah. And then when you plant it, it's all the roots, right? And just a little plant like this. But then when you put it on 11 hours, it just goes whoa, like that, man. Yeah, it's amazing. It's just, and the first one will start to fall down like that. It might turn a little bit more golden or brown than the others. Boom, you're done. Yeah. You know, cut them down, let them dry out, hanging up for a little while. Then you have to kind of, you have to probably freeze them a little bit in that, in the drying process before you cut them. Because when you do cut them, you're going to be putting them in plastic because now they're cured. They're not wet and they're not dry. They're cured. The water's out of them, the oil's still in them. And yeah, if you do it right, it's not the slightest bit moist really, but it feels moist. It's really like hardly any water.
That's what they call that dank.
Yeah. It's kind of a little process, figuring it out, getting it correct. Aye, man. I got this joint. Is that what this is? Yeah, no, I'm usually cleaner than this. It's just I kind of got drugged across the town with that girl, and then got mixed up in what direction I was going. I wasn't even going the right way at all. I was fucked off, man. Man, I had no idea I was that far away from the fucking place, the courtyard. I thought it was just up the hill from it, like a mile. God damn. No wonder I couldn't see any landmarks. Hold on. Call the Bear's Pharmacy right here. That's the sap off that tree. Take a smell. Just take a smell.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's the shit.
That smells good.
That's the shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It's the tree right there, sapling. You can get a whole bunch of it if you want it.
You're gonna be sticky as hell now, though.
Well, I only got a little on. I'll go away.
As we left camp, driving back from the mountain, it hit me. The weight of it all. We had spent hours of fun, laughing, sharing stories, and connecting. What started as just a YouTube video became something deeper. We had made a friend. But tonight, our friend will sleep on the streets. This short video only captures a glimpse of his story. You're looking sharp. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know. I feel better too.
Good. We took Ron to Goodwill. We picked out a fresh outfit, a pair of shorts and a shirt, a warm blanket. But with his size 15 feet, we struck out on shoes. You know, maybe next time we'll make it happen, you know. Ron's a cool fucking dude, and I'm stoked to hang out with him again. Maybe take him fishing for another video, follow up. And I just want to say thanks for being a part of this channel's first video. I'm still figuring this out, but I hope you'll subscribe and join me as I meet more amazing people with cool stories to tell.
How much?
$500.
How much did you get that for?
$20. $21, I think. It came
Are
out.
you sure it works?
Yeah, I plugged it in.
All right, man. You're the man. Keep the wind in your face and the sun at your back. That's what a hunter does, okay? Keep the wind in your face and the sun at your back. That's how you hunt. And watch your top knot, so you don't get scalped by the Indians. That's your top knot. I don't think he's supposed to be here. I think the Pringles.
Yeah, the Tupperware and the Pringles are for you, Ron.
All right.
Yeah, right? I'll get the door for you, Ron.
Yes, I do. The weed. I got the... Can you open that up for me?
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna throw everything in here.
Yeah.
If I can.
Get you packed up.
Yes. Okay, well, that was all I got, huh? I think so.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, Ron.
Yes.
It's been an absolute pleasure,
Oh,
sir.
you guys are the greatest, man. I'm gonna get hold of you very soon, and one way or the other, and I'll have some schematics and some stuff drawn up for you that'll be pretty interesting for you, okay?
Awesome, dude.
All right.
You
I love
take care of
guys.
yourself, man.
I love you guys.
It was great to meet you.
Yeah.
You take care of yourself, all right?
Man, you're the
Oh, but thank you.
And we'll see you again soon.
All right.
Hey, we can find you around here?
Huh?
Can we find you around here?
Yeah. I'm gonna be right here.
We're going to take you fishing. Later, buddy.
God bless.